welcome to Tech for Non-Techies, the only podcast that demystifies the fast-growing technology sector for non-technical professionals. I'm your host, Sophia Matveeva, Chicago-based MBA and technology entrepreneur. I believe that technology is such an important part of all of our lives that we would all be better off if we just understood it better. Whether that's because we want to start a company, transform our career, or simply understand what's going on in the world. So please join me as I interview entrepreneurs, tech experts, and big tech executives and share what I've learned along the way of getting into tech without a traditional technical background. So I didn't study computer science and I didn't work in tech before I launched my own tech company called NT while I was doing my MBA at Chicago Booth. So in fact, I studied politics and I began my career in financial PR and worked in private equity. So far, so analog. Then when I was doing my MBA at Chicago Booth, I had an idea for a tech venture. And then with the blind enthusiasm of someone who is doing something for the first time, I just bulldozed ahead. Eventually, through blood, sweat, and many tears, I created a company and worked with a tech team, including a CTO, to build an app that's been used by thousands of consumers, a website, and we even created our own algorithm. I was closely involved in making all of these products, but I've never learned to code. What I have learned in this journey, though, was that non-technical professionals don't actually need to learn to code, but we do need to learn how to work with technical teams to create products that users are going to love and to create companies that are going to succeed. So yes, I do believe that data scientists and machine learning experts and user experience designers are very important and the work they do is important. But unless you learn how to collaborate with them, their output is going to be limited and your output is going to be limited. So essentially, what I'm saying is that we need each other. I started writing about this in my regular column in Forbes and teaching a few workshops. I've honestly never thought of making this into a business or into a podcast because frankly, I already had my job as a founder of NT and I was busy. But I saw that demand for this grew. My workshops turned into courses, and so by the time London Business School invited me to teach my class to their students for the second time, I realized that Tech for Non-Techies was an actual thing. So I registered a company and took my courses online and created an event series, and now I've launched the podcast. And I've noticed that as the world has gone on lockdown, our Tech for Non-Techies community has really been a place that's been much more positive and much more focused on opportunity than a lot of what we're seeing in the news media. There's a lot of doom and gloom. So apart from, the obvious health concerns, a lot of people are losing their jobs and a lot of sectors are going through very painful disruption. But I really want to leave you with the thought that there's a lot of opportunity in the technology sector. In fact, it's one of the few sectors that is actually thriving and is going to come out stronger as a result of this pandemic. So Facebook and Twitter actually aren't letting people go. And if you think about it, the more we use technology, the more money the tech sector makes. So that means hiring, that means acquisitions, that means innovation, whether that's in the big tech space or in the startup space. So basically, there's a lot of opportunity even now, and there will be even more opportunity as time goes on. So that's the good news. And what you need to do is you need to learn how to identify those opportunities. So my aim is to give you the skills, the knowledge, and the confidence to find those opportunities and then to go after them. Whether that's through building a technology company as a non-technical founder, or whether that's getting your dream job or transitioning into tech, or making your current company, making your current employer more digital. So if this sounds like something that's going to be interesting to you, then please subscribe and rate and review and tell your friends who might be interested in this content. Thank you very much for listening.